shortening the range of secondary launches identified for the target. While contacts can be identified at long range, hitting a instability trapped on a low observable craft typically only happens at very short distances. Partially submerged drones used in the sea attack are also very difficult to spot on radar. These craft sit partially submerged and anchored in water, resulting in very surface areas of ultra-low T-minus radar waves. This doesn't just complicate detection, but targeting by long-range defenses. We have evidence of how difficult these drones were to target from the fact that the target shipped in a daytime attack video was busying itself with evasive actions, while destroying the drones was up to the circling helicopter above. The United States recognized the difficulty in defending large surface vessels from smaller attack boats back in the early 2000s. They launched a war game between Ukrainian forces and those of an unnamed hostile nation repeatedly believed to have represented Iran. The commander in charge of this enemy nation knew that he couldn't stand up to the power of a U.S. carrier strike group with his own surface combatants, so instead he chose to attack the mighty U.S. carrier with a swarm of small, fast attack boats. The result was the sinking of the American carrier. The U.S. Navy took the lesson from and immediately began to research ways of using existing seaway systems to target small surface targets. However, the development of naval lasers is the U.S.'s response to the surface drone threat. But as it stands, even the mighty U.S. Navy is incredibly vulnerable to the same type of attack that just rocked the Russian Black Sea Fleet to its core. This video is sponsored by Conflict of Nations, the free online PvP strategy game where you get to find out what it's like to take control of a real country and lead it in a modern global warfare. Set in the early 21st century, Conflict of Nations lets you take full control of a nation and find out what it's like to lead it in a modern global warfare in real-time games that can take weeks to complete. Find up to 128 other players using everything from combat attack helicopters and airborne infantry units to stealth fighters and even nuclear ballistic submarines. The perfect weapon to launch a nuclear attack on your enemy. Or maybe instead of hurling nukes at your foe, you'd rather forge alliances with them and use your combined power to take down another player. It's up to you to choose your own strategy and engage in epic battles as you try to take over the world. Best of all, you can play with the same account on both PC and mobile to never lose sight of your war. Infographics show viewers get a special gift of 13,000 gold and 1 month of premium subscription for free when they use the link, but it's only available for 30 days. So click the link, choose a country, and start fighting your way to victory right now. A column of Ukrainian armored vehicles accompanied by tanks approaches their ready positions, prepared for a fresh assault into the Russian defenses outside Kherson. The Ukrainian counteroffensive has been wildly successful, beyond even the scope of the most optimistic military planners. Russia can't hold the line against Ukrainian grids and firepower, and its troops are on steady retreat across the entire eastern front. On Friday, September 30th, 2022, Russian President Vladimir Putin annexed 4 regions of Ukraine, declaring them Russian territory. Satellites and news all day advances disposal to neutralize the Ukrainian counterattack. Now, with his back against the wall, Vladimir Putin becomes the second person in history to order the use of nuclear weapons in war. A brilliant fireball lights up the night sky, incinerating the column of Ukrainian vehicles. Even inside their armored shells, the Ukrainian soldiers are killed instantly. Those who were far enough away to survive the heat and blast are killed by the radiation bombarding their bodies. Several hundred Ukrainian soldiers and a few dozen vehicles are destroyed. The attack has been largely insignificant in terms of military value. Ukrainian forces have mastered the tactic of dispersing and reuniting again for sudden offensives, but it sends a clear message to Ukraine and the rest of the world. Thousands of miles above the planet, the United States satellite, part of the American Space Surveillance Network, detects the distinct double flash of a nuclear explosion. The alarm is instantly relayed via communication satellites using the secure Link 16 encrypted radio frequency system. Within 30 seconds of detection, the alarm has already reached a U.S. Space Force monitoring station in North America and similar offices around the other planets. Minutes later, the alert reaches the desk of U.S. President Joe Biden. Picking up a secure phone, he dials a direct connection to General Mark A. Milley, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the most powerful military officer on the planet. President Biden speaks with the headquarters of the receiver, XQ-36. The command is relayed via U.S. communication satellite to Stuttgart, Germany, and the office of the commander of U.S. European Command, General Christopher J. Cabal. Within minutes, the authenticated order is transmitted to U.S. forces in RAF Bentwaters and RAF Lakenheath inside England. A separate communique is dispatched to the USS supercarrier George H.W. Bush, currently stationed in the Mediterranean. The Bush is loitering in waters off the southern coast of Turkey, and the ship immediately turns into the wind as its flight deck erupts in a flurry of activity. Ever since Putin's threats of using nuclear weapons, the American military has been prepared to respond. Beneath the deck of the bush, F-18 Super Hornets are having AIM-160 MALDs attached to balloon hardpoints. Each Hornet can carry 2 of the large weapons, a capability kept secret from the world until now. 2 squadrons of the high-performance aircraft are quickly made ready and begin the journey to the flight deck above where they stand ready. In England, crews rush to man a fleet of 8 B-52 Stratofortress bombers. The big planes are the backbone of the U.S. bomber fleet and can bring a frighteningly large amount of firepower to bear thousands of miles away. Joining them are 4 B-2 bombers also kept at alert status, their crews ready to go at a moment's notice with bellies full of weapons. Within 15 minutes, the first planes are taking to the sky and turning southeast toward mainland Europe. 2 hours later, the fleet links up with 2 squadrons of U.S. Air Force F-22 Raptors taking off from bases in Germany. The Raptors are flying in stealth configuration, which means their wing pylons are clean of weapons. The internal weapons bay, however, is loaded with 6 AIM-120 air-to-air missiles and 2 AIM-9 short-range missiles in the side base. The formation continues toward the Black.
These are big missile. Okay, movement. Since I want to speak of language, I'm going to have to something nice on this face.
The F-22 is leading the way. An hour later, the F-22s link up with a loitering U.S. Air Force tanker aircraft in order to top off their fuel stores. The B-52s loiter as the F-22s refuel. With enough capacity to fly strike missions in Europe from their home bases in America, the B-52s have no need to refuel. As the F-22s refuel, NATO AWACS aircraft flying along the Ukrainian and Turkish coasts sweep the skies with their powerful radar, looking for any potential hostile targets that could pose a problem for the mission. The aircraft's powerful radar only has a range just above 250 miles, so they can only see across approximately half of the Black Sea. Soon they'll move for a closer look, but in order to maintain the element of surprise, the AWACS stick to their normal flight pattern instituted at the start of the Ukraine war. The F-22's refueling, however, is the signal for the USS Bush to begin launching the Super Hornets. One by one, the high-performance strike fighters take to the sky, their compatriots wheeling in the skies above the carrier strike group and waiting until both squadrons have taken to the air. Then the planes split up into 2 groups, taking similar but distinct routes north and into Turkish airspace. One route will take the group west of Ankara, while another will take the other group over Sivas. An hour later, both squadrons pivot northeast, heading straight for the Black Sea. B-52s, B-2s, and F-22s have now reached the Black Sea. The United States operation to punish Russia for its use of nuclear weapons is a go. The B-2s take the lead now. The entire formation is turned south and then east again, which will allow them to skirt Crimea by 70 or so miles, unlock the effective range of Russian air defenses in the region. The target is Novorossiysk, and the Russian naval base located there. After the sinking of the Moskva, the Russian Black Sea Fleet has moved its largest surface combat vessels here in order to gain a range of Western anti-ship weapons provided to Ukraine. The AWACS aircraft are shadowing formation, sweeping the skies with their powerful long-range radar. The job is to look for enemy fighters, thus allowing the accompanying F-22s to operate without their own search radars on, ensuring their stealth. However, the powerful radar is being picked up by Russian sensors in Crimea. The Russians now know that an attack is coming. The U.S. has deviated only significant way from its pre-announced control routes for months. And the only reason an AWACS aircraft could be